Hi, I'm Greg Van Riel, professional photographer. I've been shooting since I was 17. Then I got into the film business, and I've always been taking pictures, but I worked in many capacities in the film business. Worked for IMAX and ended up working for Fox and many places. But always kept shooting, and then eventually decided to just focus on photography, my first love. I'm a Nikon shooter. But I'm happy to say that, now with technology how it is, it's so good that whether you're a full sensor or a crop sensor, these starts to become, you can get great shots. My point is that it's not the camera that matters, it's your eye. As we were saying before, sometimes when you shoot certain restaurants, let's say, the lighting has been designed by a lighting designer. The lighting is so good and so amazing that you don't need to add your own lighting. The thing to do really is what we call bracketing. So we would take a range of exposures, and that means that we would be able to have the brightest area of the room perfectly exposed and then the darkest area. Then you would merge all those images together. Okay. Not like HDR, but just you take the first image you really like and you overlay it on the next one and you do the erasing technique. So when you shoot, every image is rock solid so that when you overlap, you can't overlap if it's off a little bit, right? Because it wouldn't match. So everything matches up. So let's say, for instance, I'm taking a picture and it's quite bright on this side here. Then as I do my bracketing, I would expose this side to be not so bright. Then when I come to Photoshop, I take the bright image and I lay it on top of the darker one, the properly exposed one, and erase, so that the darker is exposed and comes from my erasing. Then I flatten that image and then take the next one. Sometimes it's 4 or 5 images. I mean, it's funny. Sometimes I've had a whole kit with me, everything, soft boxes, umbrellas, and all kinds of strobes, and everything. And we never even open the kit because the house, or say whatever it was fine. And by using bracketing, I can get all the lighting. I can control it that way.
Yeah.
But at other times, I have had to use a lighting kit, and it depends on the situation. But lately, I think mainly we've been using just small little off-camera strobes, just little speed lights,
Okay.
And maybe get a card, bounce a little bit against a card. And if anybody wants to get into photography, it's really just, developing your eye and shoot a lot. Just shoot and shoot and shoot. And every time, even when I go out now and I shoot and I learn, I'm always learning something. That's the beauty of it, right? Like even at this point, after I've been doing it so long, I can go and shoot something and go, whoa, gee, if I'd only, if only had done this a little differently, or I learned something. I just learned something new, And I have another little rule, and it is, once I think the job is done, I'll go back and have another look. See if I can find that one that the topper, or just another shot that, could add to the client. HDR is a technique where it takes multiple exposures like I would do, and then the software does it for you, and it merges all those images together. But what happens, in my opinion, is that you get a very muddy looking, often shots that are kind of dull. Some people use that effect, the HDR effect, for artistic reasons, and it can look cool. But if you want to do magazine-style images, like magazine-quality images, which is what I do, that's what I want to provide, you can't have dull images. So that's why that overlaying technique is better, because it's a crisp image, and the second image is super crisp too, and I'm just taking the best parts of each image